Hi, my name is Chrissy, and this is my channel, Chrissy's Walking Beauty. So today, I am going to be doing this look right here. It is very appropriate, I feel like. It's very appropriate. This palette, Natasha Denona's Metropolis palette, can have a lot of oomph and a lot of pizzazz because there are some very strong, very stand-outing colors in here. And so even though like I feel like it has a great amount of neutrals in it, sometimes the colors can just pull you in a lot to where you don't feel like maybe you can get a neutral color, or maybe you don't feel like you can get a neutral eye for women of color. Okay, so this would be what I would call my more neutral business, go to school, look cute kind of look that would come out of this palette, that wouldn't be standing out so much to where it's like, ooh, okay, because you know, not everybody's looking for the attention. And once we have done that look, which is going to be super quick, super easy, because like I only use maybe 2 or 3 colors and like boom, bam, done. Okay, but once we have done this look, I will tell you my final thoughts on the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. Okay, so you guys, please stay tuned. Okay, so we are starting out with this medium taupey brown color, and I am going to just place that all over my mobile lid and up into the crease just a bit. You guys, I literally like use 3 colors in this look, so it's not going to be too bad. And now I am blending out the edges of that with a blending brush that has like a tiny bit of that rust color on it. And I'm taking the shimmery color. It's kind of like, it's not quite gold, or it's not quite a penny copper, but it's pretty. I like it. It's a medium gold. I'm taking that into the tear duct as our inner corner highlight, and I'm blending those edges out. I did not take it all the way out to the V because I wanted that depth to stay there, and I just went into that mossy green color, and I'm placing that under my eye, and I'm blending that out with a blending brush, you guys. And now I'm going in with Black Bean by NYX, their jumbo pencil. I'm just putting some black in the waterline, and I'm gonna go in and smoke that out just a little bit more. And I'm gonna go back and forth between going into the pan for that mossy green and going back in to blend that out, because I really wanted it to get a little bit more smoky, a little bit more definition, because the lid is so neutral. And now I'm taking a brush with a little bit of my foundation powder, and I'm just blending those edges out. We're already to the lashes, you guys. These are the Lily lashes, you know, I've been loving them. And yeah, you guys, legit, this is it. This is the look. Basic face, very neutral lip, very everyday. Alright, guys, so that is the look, and this palette, you guys. I have so much to say about it. Okay, so first off, it retails for $129. Do I think it's worth it? I believe that that's like the big question. Yes, depending on what you do, what your collection looks like, and everything else. If you're looking for a palette that's gonna kind of do a lot and a little at the same time, for day-to-day looks, I mean, you could jazz this up. You could turn this all the way down, as you can see. Like, this palette is fire. I have had no complaints about any of the shadows or any of the formulas in here. In fact, I love this palette. The only thing, I have one drawback. And my drawback is that initially when I looked at this palette and when I looked at it online, this color, and this color all look very deep. And for the most part, they are deep, except they come out all the same or so close to the same color on my skin tone that it almost felt so redundant that it limited the depth or the more darker or smokier colors that I could have done. So for me, I would have liked one of these colors to be black, or one of these colors to have maybe been even a deep purple, anything other than blue or green, because this color is like a deep teal, this color is a teal with more green, and this is a teal with more blue. So you kind of see what I'm saying here. Like, this is probably the medium between the two, or actually no, this one is the medium between the two colors, but like this one has more green, that one has more blue, but they're essentially, I hate to say, the same color. And for me, like, some of my favorite colors in this palette, first off, is that rust color. I could use that every day. I can tell you right now, that is the shade I will most definitely hit pan in, because it is amazing. I have no like complaints at all about any of the shimmers, any of the glitters. They overperformed. They performed more than what I anticipated or expected. They're super creamy, super pigmented. They did everything that they're supposed to do. And if I had to pick one favorite shade out of this whole palette, it would be this green. This deep green, like it's a mossy green almost. It is probably the most versatile color in the palette, in the sense of when you layer it, it doesn't necessarily read green. So like, I mean, you can pack it on and make it read green, but if you didn't necessarily want green, but you wanted to deepen a crease or something, that's where you go, because it is just so rich and so deep, and even more so than this brown, right? Or this brown right here. Like, this is my favorite color in the whole palette, hands down. You could do a smoky eye with this. You could make cut creases and deepen them. I believe I've done everything but a single smoky eye with this color, which, you know, I got the whole palette, so I will be playing with that in the future. But you guys, truthfully, I feel like this is a really awesome palette. I feel like Natasha Denona did an excellent job. Once again, like, if I could have used a little bit more variety in the deeper colors, because it was a lot of green, but I'm not mad, because initially I chose the palette for the greens, which is why I came for it. And I have other palettes that marry well with them. One palette that I felt like performed very well with this one is the Tati Beauty palette, because this elevates the neutralness of the Tati Beauty palette. So if you're the type of person where you love your neutrals, you know you need them, and you have the Tati Beauty palette for that purpose, but you would like to like have a little pizzazz outside of glitter sometimes, this is a good marrying palette. I feel like the formulas are complementary, and they are both smoothing, melting type formulas, which I enjoy. Oh my gosh. Like, not chalky, not like, it's everything's so smooth and creamy. So I think that this is a fantastic palette. Would I spend another $129 on this? Probably not. And only because I've had the experience. I don't regret getting the palette. In fact, it was a gift, but I would have spent the money on the palette, and I would not have regretted spending not $1 for it, but I wouldn't repurchase it, because it is more on the pricey end. And I would just, like, if I really love this, I mean, I do love the palette, but if I just absolutely direly like had this palette and I started hitting pan, I would probably just use a little less to make it stretch a little bit more. Just because it's a lot. Like, I feel like it's an investment to do palettes like this. I feel like if you have a lot of makeup clients or high-end makeup clients that really like a lot of oomph in what they're doing, this is fire. This will give you some beautiful editorial looks. This will give you some beautiful bridal looks. This is all over the spectrum because of the glitters, the colors, and so many neutrals throughout the palette. So you guys, I'm in love with it. You know, there were like one or two things that, you know, I mean, no palette I feel like is perfect. Everything, like, I feel like they can't do everything, like, and they can't necessarily feed everybody like their desires. So for me, this is really good, even though I would have preferred maybe a black or a purple or something like that for one of the two shades. So, like, you guys, I'm loving the palette. So you guys, if you enjoyed this look, please, in the review, I mean, you know, It's real. If you guys enjoyed it, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell. Put the parentheses on it, please. Like, so you know when I come out with the goodness, okay? You guys, I hope that you have a blessed day. Do, like, you know, be happy. Succeed. Make your goals happen, okay? And I will see you guys soon. Bye!